lots of great conversations in there, both from the publisher side and the buyer side, and kind of talking to one another. What are some of the key takeaways for you? Maybe things that were surprising?
I think one of the takeaways for me, particularly when hearing from the buyers, is the reliance on TV still, which we know to be true, but it seems as though perhaps we're not doing enough, on a digital front to try to help provide some of the same benefits that they get from TV from other, media options. So I think that's definitely an opportunity. Also, the use of data. Obviously, they have tremendous data on the buy side, but making it easier to utilize that data seems like a real opportunity. I think some of it may be technological and some maybe just a different approach to planning for using data. So I think that's another really big opportunity for future election cycles. I think it's something that's going to require some serious advanced planning.
Great. One of the topics that came up on the publisher panel that everyone kind of agreed on, I think, is that we need better communication, particularly with political buyers, as to what we can do through private marketplace deals, open exchange, data in general. Kind of talking to the buyers, political buyers who might be watching this, what can Hearst provide? So
we can provide in a number of different formats online. Display in all different sizes and formats, from standard sizes to large sizes, high impact, rich media, outstream video, pre-roll video, takeovers. We can offer pretty much anything from a digital perspective to really provide a lot of impact and really get a message out there. We can layer those executions with contextual data, with audience data. We have proprietary first-party data segments that overlay voter registration data with subscriber data, and that's then merged with all of our information that we know about our users based on content interests across the Hearst enterprise. So that's potentially really useful and could be further layered with other data that they have if we onboarded that data. So a lot of options there. And I think, even more than just all the different options is starting a relationship so that we can be really flexible and meet their needs. One thing I was just hearing them talk about is the need to potentially change courses really fast. So being a publisher that's willing to work closely with buyers and be flexible, I think is something that we can offer. And it's a different approach because these election cycles have, we plan for a long time, but then lots of things might have to change in the last minute, even no matter how long you plan for it, and that's a somewhat unusual, type of cycle. So, but we're certainly willing to do it, and I think there's real opportunity there for that relationship. Great. So you've been in the business for a while. You've certainly seen trends come and go with regard to technology. How has the kind of modern day SSP with header bidding and availability to even run guaranteed campaigns programmatically changed your offering in your perspective to the buyers? The ability, particularly from header bidding, to offer essentially all of the same capabilities that we used to offer from a directly scheduled campaign, we can now offer to somebody who wants to bring their own buying platform and their own data into the equation. There's no limitations anymore with a header bidder on really what we're able to offer, as long as the partner that we're working with is able to support it. And we do work with partners like OpenX who do that. So that's, I think, the biggest thing, is that we used to not be able to transact all types of deals programmatically, and now we really can. There's nothing we can't offer. When it comes right down to it, there are no more technical limitations.
Great. Final question, if you were to flash forward 5 years from now, what do you think this conversation is going to look like?
Oh, that's a really hard question to answer. I think data will be very different. I think that it's hard to use right now. I think there's a lot of confusion around it. It's not easy to move data from one place to another. I think that will get easier, I think, because it's such an important need so many people have. I think what will be interesting to see is if there is any change in terms of how TV is looked at as a channel versus other media. Whether in 5 years there will be less reliance on it, and I think maybe with more streaming video and more users potentially moving away from traditional TV, that might open up some doors because that's where the audience is going. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more diversity.
Yeah, and hopefully also maybe better cross-device audience targeting being
Yes,
right.
Definitely. Yeah, cross-device targeting right now is still not quite worked out, but it's such an important topic for so many people that it has to get figured out by then.